How's it going? My name is Nick, and I just want to say first, I appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing to Roll Coverage. It really helps us out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. Otherwise, just sit back and get ready. It's time to roll coverage.
Hey, I thought it was all over.
Nope. They roll coverage.
If you're a Saints fan or if you're just an NFC South fan, I think it's time for you to sit down, grab some popcorn, because we're meeting with Dennis Allen. It's rookie minicamp time right here on Roll Coverage. So, let's go. No delays today. Let's jump right into it. Mr. Dennis Allen, you have my undivided attention like normal.
Good to have everybody back out here again. Practicing a little ball. It's been fun. Got the rookies out here a couple of days. It's a little warm out here. Guys, getting back into football shape a little bit, but we've had a couple of pretty decent days of work.
Deanna, I know it's obviously very early in the process, but have you seen Clint kind of assimilate and with his teachings and those kinds of things?
Yeah, look, I think the offensive staff
is obviously changing. Chris Olave is still there, still got some pieces. Kamara still coming back. Jamal Williams still. There's still something you guys are missing. I feel like it's an offensive piece. I, of course, wanted you to go get Jarvis Landry last year just to kind of bring him in there to just add to the depth at your wide receiver position. Obviously, last year as well, you dealt with Kamara hurt. And then, obviously, like he's saying, changes on the offensive side of the ball. I think the biggest change is going to be in the quarterback. I do side with a few people, probably not my friends over, with Dale and everybody over there at the beer run. They're amazing. Haven't been on there in a minute, but this season is coming up soon, so I expect to see them. I think Spencer Rattler is going to be your quarterback by the end of the year. I think Derek Carr just kind of isn't it. He might be a better quarterback in a different system. Maybe if he was to go to San Francisco, if they needed a solid veteran backup, or even the Rams behind Matt Stafford. But obviously they have Stetson Bennett. The Niners have Brock Purdy. So they really don't need a whole lot right now. Saints are in a weird spot. I think it's going to be either the Saints or my Panthers competing for fourth place in the division. But you guys honestly have a great opportunity. If I had to say it right now, though, I'd probably put you guys finishing fourth in the NFC South. So,
in general, is doing a really good job. They're doing a good job of implementing the system, both with these rookies and also with the vets in the building. Certainly, we've got a lot of work to do.
An absolute ton, starting again with that offense, bringing the defense back up to snuff and everything like that. Getting Derek Carr on the same page. He looked discombobulated last year. That's again why I think Spencer Rattler will be in that position soon. But that being said, if it doesn't happen till the last two games, my prediction doesn't really give me the oomph that I'm looking for. So I just got to kind of handle that. Again, I think Dennis Allen could also be replaced at the end of this season, so that's a whole other change that would come to the Saints. So,
but I think it's been a good start. The guys are working really hard, all of them, players, coaches, everybody. It's been fun to see.
Cool. Are they getting some starts? Getting some run on the left side today?
Yeah. So we look. I think we want to take a look at him on the left side and see how he does over there. I think we're pretty confident that he can play right tackle. And so getting him some work over on the left side, I think, is important. And then we'll evaluate it as we go and see how he does.
Dennis, the plan is for him to get a lot of work at both sides or heavy left since that's...
Starting off, we're going to work him primarily over on the left side.
Okay, interesting that they're going to switch him from right to left. That's something that might alter the offensive line a little bit, make it a little bit shakier. But obviously, if they feel like he's the best option, move forward with that option.
And then we'll evaluate it as it goes. I mean, we haven't made any decisions in terms.
Of course, rookie minicamp, you're not going to make decisions now. This is more of just take in information. That's all it is. Just take in as much information as you can right now. You can make decisions down the road.
But yet that's where we're going to start him right now. We wanted to get him a lot of work in this camp, see how he does in this camp, and then we'll reevaluate after this camp. So
is that more about that being your vision or hope for him, or is that more about he needs the reps?
I think it's more about let's see if he can play left tackle or not. All right, and let's get him over here on the left side and get him some work there. He hadn't had a lot of work on the left side, none in game action, so get him some reps over there and see what he can do.
Will you guys try to cross-train like Trevor and some of the other guys too? Is everybody
We're going to cross-train a lot of guys.
Yeah.
course, man, you got to get people ready to handle it. The one thing we know about the NFL, it is not for long, or the no fun league, depending on how you want to say it. But that means that you're going to have guys that are ready to fill in those positions when the injuries do inevitably show up.
I mean, that's the reality of our league. The more you can do, the more positions you can play. Can you play right? Can you play left? Can you go inside? All those things are things that we're going to definitely look at.
By the way, shout out to Delta for flying over in the middle of this press conference.
Comfortable in what you interviewed today?
Well, it's probably a better question to ask him, but he certainly looked fine to me. You know what I mean? Like I thought he's the last couple of days, I think he's done a pretty good job, getting guys in and out of the huddle. For the most part, there hadn't been a lot of re-huddles. We're getting the calls out and guys are executing.
Dennis, one of your
That's a good thing, but again, I think they really need to press this Rattler thing. If you're going to want to put a fire behind somebody, say, for example, like an Aaron Rodgers, like a Matt Stafford, like a Joe Burrow, like I think is going to happen here in the next few years, I think that you just need to put somebody young behind him and see if he can handle, obviously, the heat in the kitchen. If the rookie can handle it and he is performing better, then I think Rattler gets that position. But obviously, we're not going to hear a lot about Carr right now. It's Carr's job. Rattler is a quarterback 3 at this point. But regardless, I think that that's something they really need to address sooner than later.
one of your tryout players is from D2 West Florida, offensive lineman Desmond Bland. What do you want to see out of him? What does he need to do to stick here and be in an OTA?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, I think the first thing is, the most important thing is, do you know what to do? And that's generally been the message to all these players, whether they're signed or they're tryout players, is we can't really evaluate your ability unless you know what to do. And so that would be the first thing, and then we'll kind of go from there.
Coach Allen,
Yeah, they gotta get these guys set up with the new system, how they're going to run their cadence, how the scheme is exactly going to run, timing, and the whole nine. That's what we saw in the Dave Canales one, which if you haven't checked out our breakdown, I did a Dave Canales breakdown of the first 2 days of rookie minicamp as well. Obviously, I'm a Carolina Panthers fan, so I got to show him some love. But he was saying that they need to understand like kind of where we're going. This is more of just getting to know you, getting some information on you, and then figuring out where I'm going to put you in the scheme. So with that said, Dennis is obviously going through quite a bit. Most of these questions are going to be kind of meh. So I'm not going to give him a grade for this one. It's also a very short one. Normally I do 10+ minute interviews. I give him a grade. This one's only going to be 5.5 minutes. So
impression with Bob Means, he seems like he's confident out there.
Yeah, look, I think for the first couple of days, I think he's done some good things. Yesterday, he got cut a little short with some cramps, so he's got to get himself into shape. But if he's in shape and ready to go, I think there's some talent there. He's big. He's got some physicality. He can run. So there's a lot of good qualities there.
I don't think we saw a Zerum or forward. Is there anything going on with them?
Both of those are dealing with some, call it, minor injuries.
With the moving parts.
Interesting that he kind of doesn't like that, and he's like, we'll call it minor. Very, very interesting the way that coaches say it. That's why I do these breakdowns. Normally, you can see it in their body language, their mannerisms, how they just adjust in the moment. That seems a little odd, but obviously plenty of time to heal before the season starts.
Having the new offensive coordinator and rookie minicamp, how much of what you want to see has already started to show, how the offensive players are grasping the UBX system?
Well, look, I mean, we're talking about a rookie minicamp right now, so we're like in the very infant stages of what we're doing. We've progressed a lot more with the vet players that we've had in here for the last 4 weeks. So, look, we're making progress. We got a long way to go, but we're making progress.
That's what kind of is when you're bringing in a completely new system. What kind of is like the first thing you want guys to pick up, and how's Clint kind of helping?
Yeah,
guys
well, look, I think the
understand
biggest thing is the verbiage.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest adjustment that all players have as they go from system to system. I think the verbiage that we have now is a little less wordy than maybe what we've had in the past, which I think, can benefit.
If that's the case, then they're changing up how they're calling them, so that could lend itself to my 4th place. I'm not going to do a full picking of them. I might do a quarterback video where I'm kind of S tier in all the quarterbacks, but we'll see about that. This is a team to watch on. If they are going to continue to have this weird aura around them, I would say that they're going to end up in 4th place, and my Carolina Panthers end up in 3rd. Shit, if we end up in 2nd, we'll probably still have a losing record. But still, that is besides the point. Dennis Allen is bringing about a new time post Sean Payton for New Orleans. So obviously there's going to be a lot of growing pains. You got to give him time to build.
Fit, our players, and hopefully, look, I think the hope in terms of the system is, that we can kind of simplify and get guys not having to think so much and get guys playing faster. And I think that's part of what we're trying to do.
So if you watched my Dave Canales video, which if you haven't, make sure you go do. Dave Canales said the exact same thing. He said that I want these guys to know the verbiage and everything like second nature. I don't want them having to process and then doing it, because then they're behind. They're having to catch up to stuff. So that's something that we've heard from a lot of younger coaches. Now, obviously, we're going to do a lot more breakdowns over the course of time, and we are going to leave Mr. Dennis Allen. It's just going to be me now. Give me your thoughts, okay? Obviously, this is just the first one. We're right back into breakdown season, so make sure you're subscribed for all of the videos on all the coaches, players, and more. We're going to be doing breakdowns of everything. Again, overall, I think that Dennis Allen has a lot of opportunity. Our division, being the South Division, is just struggles overall. Given where everything is at, I think that 3rd and 4th position is going to be between anybody not named the Atlanta Falcons. I think they will be 1 or 2, and then it'll be Bucks either 2 or 3, and then Panthers Saints are going to be 3 or 4. So give me your thoughts below. Make sure you subscribe. All the whole bit. This is a short one today. Hope you guys enjoy it. My dog is now screaming. So have a great day. Peace, guys. Thank you.